Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Pike Homestead. So today I'm going to be continuing on with our projects for barn improvement, and this is specifically for the chickens and their stall in there. So one thing that they don't have, where they're on a concrete slab in there, there's not a lot of access to dirt for their dirt bath. So I'm gonna build them one. It's basically just gonna be a box. We can put some. We've got some sand and ash from the fire to throw in there, and it helps them keep themselves clean. So it helps with things like mites and everything like that. So we don't have a problem with it yet, but it could become a problem. They keep themselves fairly clean as far as eating any mites or anything that climb on them, but the bath certainly helps and helps them keep themselves clean and makes them happy. So we're going to build that today and get them sorted out for that because we know they're missing it. So yeah, that's going to be my project for today. So I'm out here right by our pile of wood. That's the pile of all the spare wood and everything we brought in at the rental property for projects that we ended up not needing to do there because we bought our farm. And also the chicken coop I built, that's where it's resting currently. So anyway, I just got to get a sheet of plywood out of there, and I've got everything else in the shop ready to go. So we're going to get working on that. All right, there we have it. A little disheartened that my tarp over the wood decided to freeze to it in a section there and tear, but it's still, able to cover most of it. So it's all treated with lumber, so it doesn't need that much protection. All right, so I've got what I need, and it's time to start cutting some wood. All right, so here we are in the shop and ready to go, and it's still a massive mess in here, and I still got all this junk to go through and sort out and recycle what's recyclable and get rid of the stuff that I don't need and figure out what I can keep that's not mine. But at least I've got it in a workable state where I can put a table out and get some work surface and get some work done. The biggest bonus to having this is that right there. Keeps us nice and warm all through the winter. So came out here first thing this morning and turned it on, and it's nice and warm for working in now, perfectly comfortable. We are just going to do a quick build. Just got to do a few cuts. So I've got to build a box, and so I want to make it about 24 inches wide by 15 inches deep and 12 inches high. So it's not going to be huge, but it'll be enough to get a couple of chickens in there and fluffing themselves up in the sand and ash that we've got for them, and so they can clean themselves up. So we're going to go with that. And yeah, I'll just set up a time lapse and get it rolling. So that's the box built. So I'll just give you a quick overview of it here. So here we have it. I just put in just these little, what are they, 1x1 struts there just to snug in the corners. And yeah, then it's just screwing it in, and I glued on the bottom just to give it a nice solid seal, because we're going to have, sand and ash and stuff in there, so I'd rather not have it coming loose, even though it is going to be just sitting flush on the floor. So yeah, anyway, it's 24 inches wide by 15 inches deep, and then it goes down 12 inches. So that should be good for the chickens. They can hop in and have a nice dust bath and not make a huge mess kicking the sand and ash around in the coop. So next thing is we're going to take it in and fill it up. So anyway, that's that job done. Oh, they've all been very curious about it. They're looking at it. But yes, and again, updates for here. The chickens are doing very well. We're getting eggs every day now, at least one or two. That's been a good development. That shows that they're happy and healthy and enjoying getting more regular light and the warmth, so they're not having to spend all their calories on staying warm. So that's all good. We're happy with that. It's been a good move in here. Now I think they've got all the infrastructure that they need to stay healthy and happy. They just need to stop being chickens and check out the box and get inside it. They're all looking at it, but they're not quite getting to the point where like, oh, hey, bath in that. So it'll happen. All right, so I think we'll end that here. Thanks for spending your time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this and maybe learned a little something about chicken care. We're still learning more as we go. So have a good day and thanks for following along.